and welcome to the Gossip Talk Show. I'm Derek.
I'm Tigger.
And I'm Jason.
And we just wanted to say hi and welcome. I'm going to have to pull out a diva moment
Pulling
on you.
out.
Pulling out.
You do that? That's good.
That is not in our topics.
No, that is not. Nowhere in our topics is pulling out. So now, we've talked about Oprah a little bit earlier. What are we going to do with daytime talk now that we're losing Oprah and Tyra? That's leaving us with Wendy Williams and Bonnie Hunt.
And Ellen.
Ellen.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we?
Regis and Kelly for the old people.
And then you got The View.
Old timers.
The View, which is more of a morning show.
That's mostly morning. Yeah.
most
So I know I
markets.
have my coffee and caffeine and Mountain Dew and whatever with The View every afternoon when I wake up.
After you devote it so you can watch it when you wake up at 1 or 2.
Your coffee.
Absolutely.
So I don't know.
It's easier to yell at Elisabeth Hasselbeck when you're hungover from the night before.
Why are you messing with my girl?
Run
Why do you mess with my girl?
That was me.
I love Elisabeth Hasselbeck.
We're the ones drinking. Why are you not focused?
Exactly.
Hello, do I ever focus? You guys have known me
That's
for how many
true.
years? 3. But no, I love Elisabeth Hasselbeck. I mean, I know that everybody gets on her because she's some big Republican.
But I think since her last child, she's kind of neutered. Like, she went to the vet, she got fixed, and she's a lot more tame now.
Thank God.
She's even supported Obama on a few issues, which I can't
Almost fell
always
out.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and she's sided with that a lot and spoke out against some of the Republicans, Glenn Beck, and people that were being
Stupid.
out of line. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's shift our gears. We've talked a lot about Hollywood and all this stuff. Let's get into some political topics. Scott Brown.
Oh, nude pictures sound awesome.
I said, oh my God. I said, let's talk politics, and you say nude pictures, and
Well,
you
I'm
lick your
sorry. If
lips.
it wasn't for his nude pictures, he would have no political career.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about them until I
I'm
saw them.
sorry. I think even the gays may have jumped the fence to vote for this Republican, who is very conservative,
Very.
who
Extremely
threatens our
conservative.
health care in our country right now, who threatens current gay marriage in Massachusetts, he threatens.
Oh, yeah.
So,
But you know he voted for healthcare reform in Massachusetts.
in Massachusetts, but and their health care is working, so maybe
Maybe he might have-
let's be positive on the issue, and I can't believe I'm the one saying it, but maybe he'll help with the issue. Maybe, because they don't really have a plan still with health care, not a definitive plan.
No, and that has actually been a problem. And Nancy Pelosi was speaking the other day, and she talked about how they were talking about, well, why doesn't the House just go ahead and pass the Senate's version of the bill? And Nancy Pelosi says, no, we're not going to do that. If you want to know what my honest opinion is, Nancy Pelosi is a huge problem. I think she is a huge
always
problem.
been a problem.
She's had a point to prove because she's always been the first woman Speaker of the House. And
think-
she has tried to prove a point for all these years, and she sucks. I'm sorry.
I think the
sucks.
soul of Ronald Reagan inhabited her body.
Yeah.
And she's trying to screw things up for the Democrats, is what I believe at this point, because I think she's in way over her head at this point. And we have had both houses now for a year.
And done
she's
nothing.
managed to do nothing. I'm not a big fan of her as a Democrat. I'm disappointed in her, absolutely.
Well,
but would Dan
about
Brown
Bush.
be in his office if he wasn't hot?
No, I don't think Scott would be in the office if he wasn't hot. I really do think.
I'm sorry, Scott Brown.
I think, and when I was some of the stuff I was listening to, they said a lot of the independents went for him because Massachusetts is probably one of the most liberal
51%.
states that we have.
I'm just hoping it'll convince more politicians to put out nude campaign posters in the future.
There's a few of them that I would
Some of them
love.
want to see.
Some, yeah, we don't
Not
want to.
under the bathroom start.
Oh, come
No,
on. Who doesn't want to see John McCain in a sling and a harness?
Under the bathroom.
Besides Barney Frank, I don't know of anyone that wants to
Probably no
see
one.
that. So now that we're on the topic of politics, we've had President Obama for a year now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's rate him on certain topics. How do you think, first, since we are, well, you two are gay and I'm not, how do you think,
Only because he's not practicing it.
I haven't practiced it in 6 months, shut up. So, how do you guys think, let's start with, how has he done with gay and lesbian issues? What do you guys think he's done for gay and lesbian
I'll let
issues?
you handle that one to start.
I don't think he did too good. I mean, we still have don't ask, don't tell, which I'm strongly against, which
But I think
needs to be
maybe
overturned.
if he restructures that like it was meant to be under the Clinton administration, it can be repaired. Most people just say do away with it, but Bush is the one that turned it into the witch hunt that it is.
Oh, yeah.
It was meant to be, who cares if you're gay, just do your job. We don't ask straight people if they do it missionary or doggy, because in the military it is illegal to do anything except missionary position. No
Instead of
oral
Virginia, same
sex,
way
no
too.
anal sex. It's not that they want you to be straight in the military; they want you to be bad in bed.
Yeah.
And I've supported enough of our troops, orally and otherwise, to say that I'm doing my part to make sure that they're not.
I want to thank you for that because that really helped me too.
But no, when I look at it, I mean, the two of you both, you now know and you know, I'm not an Obama fan. I was not an Obama fan when he started. I was more Hillary. And then
I was as well.
But I'm one of those people that could not make the switch from Hillary to Obama. Did I vote for Obama? I will say yes, I voted for Obama, which you don't believe to this day, but I did. But I was like,
she voted for the Republicans.
I looked at that as the lesser of two evils. But I don't think he's done a good job across the board on anything.
I think something both of us, if not all three of us, can agree on is I don't think he was the most qualified person for the job.
No.
In any way, shape, or form.
Well, you know the Democratic Party got him in there so Hillary wouldn't get in. I heard a lot of people have it out for Hillary, and that's why they fudged him in there and pushed him in there. I
look at politics much like I look at the mafia. None of them are straight and forward and on the up and up. And Hillary had been working with the Don a lot longer and knew how to get things done.
Yeah, and I think
if you needed to be whacked, Hillary would get you whacked. Obama, I don't think he has the experience, and he came in very idealistic, and I think he was honest with his ideas and what he wanted to do. But politics aren't honest. You can't come in and change it overnight. Yeah. And I think he's been trying to do that behind the scenes.
He can't do it.
And we don't see what he's doing.
And I think a lot of the problem, and you hit on a good point, he was idealistic, but he was hit with reality.
And I think that's what lost the election for Hillary is when asked on her campaign certain questions that Obama gave the candy-coated answer to, she was trying to be realistic, having seen what her husband was able to accomplish, and she was trying to be more realistic, and I think it ruined her chance of winning.
Oh, yeah, because she was being realistic. He wasn't. He was just telling what the people want to hear. And, I mean, his popularity dropped.
Anybody seen any kind of change?
No.
It's the same old game with different players.
And the point that you made earlier, they've had a year.
It's been a year, which is not a lot of time to fix the 8 years of screw-ups that we've had. And he did just announce today, I believe, that he's going to start pulling troops out of Iraq.
Yeah,
and it's about time.
But all but 50,000 people by May or September.
Yeah, and
so good luck and welcome home to all of our troops, and have a safe journey.
I'll be there for you when you get
We'll
here.
be waiting for you when you return.
I support all of our troops.
Yes, we do.
Until they all come home.
Come being the operative word. So, home.
Topic we forgot about that is happening, it could be going on right now in his bedroom, the first male legal prostitute in Nevada.
Ooh. Oh, I'd forgotten about that. That's right.
He was hired last week. No clients yet. A lot of interest. People want to know his stats. But this weekend were his first appointments.
I turned it down.
Marcus, if you're getting some right now at the whatever ranch you're at in Nevada.
The hoochie coochie licky poochie. There we go.
Good on you, but they still haven't said if he was gay or straight.
I think he's bi. I think he has to be to take the role because
they even said he was an adult film star before they didn't.
Oh, then he's bi. He'll do it for pay.
Gay for pay.
Yeah, most.
That's what I am.
All gay porn stars, most of them are gay for pay. So.
And I don't think that many women would pay for sex.
I don't know. There's a lot.
They
of
might pay for the fantasy.
The fantasy that comes with it, the sex part. I think you might be right on that.
I think more men would pay you for sex. Women think their vaginas are lined in gold generally, and think it's your honor that you should be buying them dinner.
Well, they want an emotional connection.
But a lot of men are slutty, so would we pay for sex?
I wouldn't pay for it. I'd give it away.
See, I disagree. If I had the money and it was the right guy and you didn't want to spend the time finding what you wanted, I'm all for legalized prostitution.
You know, as a fat person, I am totally for legalized prostitution. That sometimes is the only way I think I'm going to get it.
Well, fantastic. This has been the Gossip Talk Show.
I'm Derek.
I'm Tigger.
And I'm Jason.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
I think we've covered a lot of topics
We have
today.
covered a lot of topics.
Yeah, we have covered a lot.
This has been fun, and it is nice to have Jason with us.
I imagine it is.
And I
I'm going
can't...
$20. I'll meet you upstairs shortly.
Fantastic.
Bitch,
We're
you
still
told me it was
negotiating my
50.
contract.
So, yeah. Wait a minute. You got a contract?
I haven't got a contract. I have an agent. A non-English speaking agent. He does whatever I tell him.
I don't...
Oh, I don't need it.